There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play? They're here.
Welcome to the Horror Club.
Hello there, I am Stephen.
And I'm Gary.
And this is the Horror Cut.
This week we're taking a look at what?
Oh, we're taking a look at Terrifier this week. Damien Leone's Terrifier from 2016.
2016, yeah. I wanted to, this was kind of my pick, because I wanted to pick something that's kind of well known, but not something that's like a classic yet. Maybe it will become a classic until we kind of have done a few episodes and we feel a bit more confident as well.
Confidence is key.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've also decided that what we're going to do is we're going to try and explain the film or give the film's synopsis in 30 seconds, and to decide who does it each episode, we're going to flip a coin. Watch this next episode, we'll forget to bring a coin.
Okay.
But so
we'll just keep this coin here.
Right, okay.
So
do you want to do heads or tails?
I'm going to go for heads.
Heads, I guess that makes me tails then. Ah, it's tails. You bastard.
So Gary's now going to try and explain the synopsis of Terrifier in 30 seconds. So I'll time you actually.
Right, okay.
You ready?
I'm ready. Okay. A maniac named Art the Clown terrorises two friends on Halloween night and anyone else that gets in their way. And that's basically... it's a creepy ass clown that just kills people in weird and creative ways, and you almost feel like you're going to puke at some points. But aye, that's it.
There you go, you done it in 20 seconds.
Good job I wrote that down, actually.
Well done.
What if that guy did this to your car?
What guy? The clown? You really think someone slashed my tires?
Well, he knows this is your car. He saw us getting into it earlier.
Hey, handsome!
Cut it out.
My friend wants your number.
Kill you.
What is it, Tara?
Dawn and I are sort of stranded. She has a flat tire and no spare, and I was kind of hoping you could pick us up.
So these episodes we're going to kind of always try and talk positive about the film, so even if we've picked something and it's terrible, we're going to try and still find things we liked about it, because Stephen's an actor and I'm a filmmaker, so we don't want to like trash on people that's going out there and making shit basically. So the fact that they get a film out there is hard enough. So do you want to take it away?
My first positive point on Terrifier, and I guess this sort of expands to, I don't want to say the whole trilogy, but just for watching this film and sort of knowing about...
Can I actually jump in? I really forgot to say this. This will obviously be spoiler episodes as well.
Oh, yes.
But we maybe shouldn't spoil 2 or 3 just in case you jump in with some of that as well.
Yeah. Okay, okay, got it. So yeah, it's going to be, my first positive point is perseverance and believing in a great character, which I think Damien Leone has had in Art the Clown since he appeared in the short The Ninth Circle, All Hallows Eve as well. And this man now has a franchise based on this character, Art the Clown, who is... well, maybe not at this point, but you could say in years to come he could be up there with Freddy, Jason.
Totally, I think there'll be like
guys.
Terrifier, like H2O, it'd be like P2O, P2O as well. One of the characters coming back, like it's coming back to like finish him off, like at 70 years old and stuff as well.
It's nuts because I've seen the short, And it is more or less, it's a different actor. Mike Gianelli or something played him originally. And I think he played him as well in All Hallows Eve. And to see, I think they all said, who's the guy? David Howard?
David Thornton.
David Thornton. Howard?
David Howard Thornton.
David Howard Thornton. So this character's been around for like almost like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Terrifier would be anything like it is without art. And that's might be an obvious thing to say. But yeah, he's obviously believed in this character. Because even in the films before, you can see not a lot's changed from him apart from the actor. I mean, David's obviously brought his own sort of spin to it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the stuff is there. The bag's there, the sort of reaching in, picking out random items and not speaking.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there at the start. So he's obviously saw something and then he's just sort of kind of kept going, believing in it, and then look what he's done.
Yeah. So I've not seen All Hallows Eve or the short. So are they? And I've seen Terrifier 2, but I've not seen Terrifier 3 yet. With All Hallows Eve and the Terrifier short, would you say there is as gory, or was this something that came out of the Terrifier film?
It's weird. So Circle is a kind of different. You only see Art the Clown for the first. I mean, as a short, was it 20 minutes, maybe less than that? You only see him at the start. There is gore, but it's not as much as what you see in Terrifier. Is it the end of Terrifier short? Because there's a short as well.
Yeah,
so
that's
there's actually there's Ninth Circle, then there's Terrifier short,
Yep.
and then there's All Hallows Eve.
Yep. All Hallows Eve was 2013, and Terrifier the short was 2011.
Actually, the ending of Terrifier short.
Is this a spoiler? Should we say spoilers and wait 5
is a
seconds?
spoiler.
Okay, so there's going to be a spoiler on the short.
Yeah,
but
if you've not seen the short, but it's a great sequence where the girl wakes up and she sort of looks at her body, and it's all you're just kind of seeing her facial expressions, and then it kind of skips to her body and the words that Art is carved into her.
Right.
Pig, slut, cunt, and then eventually it sort of comes up and kind of
Pans up,
tilts up, and you just see it. She's literally just a torso, where he's cut off her legs, and he's cut off her hands, he's cut off her arms, sorry, and she's just kind of like, I mean, you can't see me right now because, but I'm literally lying on the couch, just sort of waving my arms around right now, even though she doesn't have any. So, and you're just kind of like, holy shit, this guy's fucking sick.
Well, I think as well on that note, like to like bring it back to the Terrifier film, this film I think is a showcase of look what we can do with all these practical effects. I think it's almost like a calling card for maybe Art the Clown and keeping practical effects and horror going as well.
Yep.
Because there's not a lot. I don't want to say there's not a lot story wise in this one. This almost feels like a massive short film.
Yeah.
But what it does do is show you some really creative kills as well.
Kills, yeah. What is your first point?
Mine is actually, I got my second point first because it's kind of on Art the Clown that we're speaking about, and I think he actually subverts the genre as well. And it's one point specifically where my mouth, the first time I seen it, kind of like dropped open, and it's when he shoots Tara.
Yes.
Because you don't normally have slasher icons or any slasher films using guns, you know, because it's all kind of like about the stabbing, the penetration, like in regards to like sex and stuff like that as well. So it was so unexpected. But he also uses a variety of weapons. So like, you know, you've got your Michael Myers, it's always like usually a butcher's knife. You've got Freddy with the claws, you've got Jason with the machete. And they do sometimes use other ways to kill, but they're known for the weapon. So like,
a signature weapon.
One I always remember is in the Friday the 13th remake when the girl gets fucked in the head with a jet ski.
Oh yes, that's right.
So that's obviously not using the machete there. But yeah, so he uses like a variety of weapons. So you've got obviously the saw scene that I'm sure we'll get into.
Oh yes.
You've got the hammer that he uses. He eats the woman's face.
Yep.
So there's lots in there. But it's also, see the opening scene, or one of the opening scenes, where he's like making his weapons. And he's like hammering like the nails into like the wood, and he's bagging it all. That actually reminded me of the opening of A Nightmare on Elm Street when he's creating the claw as well. I think that was like maybe a little homage to that there as well. So yeah, it's just about kind of art like not being your typical slasher icon in that way.
Yeah, he does do. There's a sort of little homage to Leatherface as well, isn't it? When he's running around with
the wig and
the wig and the
boobs.
The boobs.
Well, to me, yeah, it's a bit Leatherface, right? It's also a bit Buffalo Bill, because he's basically tucked his junk in between his legs and he's kind of like dancing about. But what I thought was interesting, if that is a homage to Buffalo Bill, what I thought was interesting for them not to have any music, because it's Goodbye Horses and
That's
Buffalo
right.
Bill, right? And Silence of the Lambs. But it makes sense not to have music there, because art mimes. So that's what just even made it, that's what made it so bizarre. And David Thornton, you can tell, is just having a fucking good time playing this character as well. See, when it's Tara's sister, I can't remember her name. You get Tara and Dawn, but I can't remember Tara's sister's name.
Is it Vicky?
Maybe.
Victoria? Is it the girl that she's at the start with her? She's the girl who's
got the deformity after being eaten. Yeah,
Victoria.
Victoria's like crawled through like this door that's ajar, it's got the chain on it, and she's like, "Go away!" And he's just there with the horn going. It's like you can just tell they're having a blast with it as well. But yeah, so that anything else on art that you want to say? But that scene with the boobs and the wig, it's just like, what is going on here? What am I watching?
There is a lot of what the fuck moments in the film, isn't there? There's just like, it's on art. There was something I was going to say. What was it? There's this particular scene that I really loved, was when the scene with Art and the baby doll and the crazy woman.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that. I thought it was brilliant. I mean, it didn't go anywhere.
Well, that's kind of one of my nitpicks. Is I like that scene, but I feel like that character, you should just remove her. Like, I think I've actually got a note that is like, what is she adding to it, the film? Because to me, the only thing I could think of is she says these weird lines, like these kind of cryptic lines. I can't even remember them, and it was like she's almost like a reverse Poundland Dr. Loomis, that's just to make you like questioning the evil. Like if she says, "Is there any good in you?
Is there any good in you?" or something about mercy.
Yeah. So it's like, let's get a crazy person in there, kind of like Dr. Loomis, just to spout evil stuff.
Yeah, because usually the people like, what's his name in Friday the 13th.
Oh, he's a great character. Listeners are going to be shouting at us right now.
Oh, I know, they'll be like,
Crazy Ralph.
Crazy Ralph,
Crazy Ralph, yeah.
You're doomed.
You're all doomed.
It's a death curse. You know that?
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
But that goes somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, like, because it's like he knows the lay of the land, he knows that they shouldn't be there. So he's got a purpose, but this woman is just so bizarre.
She's just walking about a warehouse with a freaking doll baby.
But that's the thing, I didn't even think about that as well. Is it a warehouse, or is it like a block of flats that's getting fumigated? Because you've got the maintenance fumigator guy.
That's right.
So does she think she's in a block of flats, or...
I don't know. So I think when he calls the police at the end, and he's like, you've got to get down here, like, this guy's fucking crazy, etc. And then it's like this old warehouse, and you're like, okay, it's a warehouse, but maybe it's a warehouse like next to flats.
Yeah, like in the
or
kind of
apartments for the American listeners.
Yeah, true. One thing I've got as well on the fumigator person, he lets Tara in to go for a piss, and then he doesn't check on her.
That's right.
Like the whole film, he's just away doing his work. He's like, maybe I should let her back out. Instead of wondering the whole time where he's going. I think there's just a part where he's like buffing the floors or something.
That is, yeah.
I'm just like, forgot about her. What's she doing? But yeah, that scene. Let's go back to that scene that you're talking about then, with the crazy cat lady. She's credited as crazy cat lady, I think, as well.
There's
no cat.
There's no cat.
It's just those weird choices as well.
Crazy
doll lady.
Crazy doll lady would be much better.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you think of that scene then, where like Art's like he kind of goes into like the fetal position and like sucking his thumb?
Yeah, that was
And I was like, is she getting into him? Is that just part of his joke? Because, you know, the way he just sits at the start in the pizza place and he just smiles, like, it's like he's always playing a part. And I was like, is this, or is she getting it? Is she like getting through to him? You know,
and I guess that's with the clown that he's playing. That style of clown is a, how do you pronounce it? A pyro clown.
So we should say you've got a bit of background in the circus here as well, so you'll know this.
Yeah, I've got a bit of background in circus. I used to be a circus performer. So, but yeah, that's a style of mime clown. It's mime sort of a subgenre of clowns, and that sort of I say style, but the pyro clown goes right back to maybe the 1500s, and it was very popular. It's Italian. It's actually more Italian theatre. It was huge in France. It was huge all over Europe, but it was particularly huge in France.
And is there a horror element to that? Do you think there's a reason that Damien picked that kind of style and stuff?
Yeah, because I think if you don the sort of traditional sort of stuff that you see, like maybe like Pennywise, that clown has that sort of, you might be sort of stuck in that realm.
Right.
You've got the kind of hobo clown as well, which is kind of originated to North America, but then that would, again, you'd be really stuck to that. Whereas with this guy, he's just so adaptable, and so he can be whatever he wants. And that's why he doesn't speak, because he's miming. Everything's just this act. But going back to that, I don't know why he done that with maybe he is just playing. This is just his way of reeling her in.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because obviously you kind of wonder about her backstory. I love how we're like diving deep into this character now, that we're like, she could have removed her, but like, did she have a child that she's lost, so now she's carrying about this doll? And then is he playing into that, like playing this kid-like thing? Is it just to trap her? Because he does eventually kill her, obviously.
Yeah.
Is it just to trap her, or like, is there something a bit deeper happening in that moment with him? You know, and it's great you don't know, and I don't want to know, but I thought that was a really kind of bizarre scene. And then it's funny because I think not long after that, you go to this like really weird scene like that, and like, he's on the wee tricycle bike, just going round again.
That happens like 2 minutes after, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's like,
I think at one point he gets up and then goes back on it again and just keeps going.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is happening here?
It's funny as well, because I wonder if, like, obviously we said this is quite low budget. Like, did they just like, were they filming it in this place, and then like, you know, whether it be Damien or David's like, there's a tricycle, we should use that. Because like, with low budget filmmaking, you obviously have to just use these things to your advantage, right?
Yeah.
So like, I remember when I was filming in a warehouse, and there was this like really nice light filtering in, and I said to Ian, who I was working with, I was like, right, I want you to go over this door and just boot it open, right? So it wasn't in the scene, I was like, it'll look cool and the light will stream in. He's like, right, okay. And he did it, and as he kicked it open and he looked in, 2 pigeons just flew out above him, right? And he didn't even notice them, he didn't see them. But I was like, that's adding production value to it. And so I wonder if it's the same with like this bike here. They're like, oh, we need to use that.
I kind of point, I want to, my point too I've wrote down here would be sort of the mixture of comedy, and we're kind of trapped with, we're laughing at a lot of the stuff in it. And it's funny because when I was watching it, you know, I didn't find myself laughing a lot. And I think it is because it is so dark, and I think the comedy at times is quite subtle. And I think that, because I think if you were to make it more slapstick, then I don't think the gore effect would hit you as hard, or the tone would hit you as hard. So I think it's a nice balance of gore and comedy. But I wasn't laughing a lot when I was watching it.
No, and I think maybe, I wonder if like they weren't going for comedy with the first one, but then people loved art. So like Terrifier 2, I've not seen 3 yet, as I said. Definitely 2's got more comedy in it. What I would say, I think this film is trying to do on that is, like, nobody jumps at horror films as much anymore, especially like slashers, I would say.
Yeah.
Because, not to get grim, but the world is full of like stabbings and knife crime. Like right now, as we're recording this, the whole thing in the UK just now is like these zombie knives and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That they're trying to get banned. So we're seeing it, like you wake up, turn on the news, and it's like someone else has been stabbed, etc. So it's like, well, what can this film do? What can we do with this film to elevate it. And I guess if people aren't going to be scared of your slasher, they need to be, it's like shock value. So let's talk about the scene where Dawn is hung upside down, naked, and then sawed in two, but not in half. Well, I guess it's still half, but not in half like you would think. It's basically from groin and ass to head, down the way, or kind of up the way, but she's hanging upside down. And I thought it was interesting because I remember the first time I seen this, I was like, they're not going to show this. They're not going to show it. And then they really show it. And I don't think it's interesting because Damien Leon's been called misogynistic, a woman hater, things right. But it's not titillating. It's not sexualised in any way. No. Yes, she's naked and she's got her boobs out. I think, again, that is playing homage to like want to be like an 80s slasher film.
Absolutely, aye.
And I'm not sticking up for anything in particular there, but I think what he's trying to do there is push the effects that they're capable of in such a small budget to the extreme, and then that's what Art the Clown's now known for.
Oh, absolutely.
And Terrifier 2 is for these like, how much can we push these shock, gore effects? I don't think there's a lot of humour in it. I think it is about shock.
It is, yeah.
It's like shock service, like how, like, you know, you've seen in the cinemas that people were like being sick and stuff at the new one.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny, that initial scene where he's sitting in the scene where he's sitting, he walks into the pizza shop, you know, and he is doing all these little things to make Tara laugh, but it's not funny. You're watching it and you're like, this is
it's uncomfortable.
Creepy.
It's like uncomfortable in that diner, you know. And you're waiting for him to like snap. So like, see when Dawn goes over and like takes the selfie and stuff.
Yep. You're just like, oh shit.
But that's like a nice little payoff later when she's sawed in half, and then he takes a selfie with her.
That's right.
So it's like it pays off as well.
The facial expressions of the character are brilliant. There's the smile. There's the, you know, putting these, was it like the sort of looking innocent, sort of child, kind of with the hands under the chin, and then there's that stare, which is just like, holy shit.
Yeah. My other point was how I said that art subverts the genre with using a gun. The story subverts the genre by with the final girl.
Yeah.
Right. So the opening scene shows the survivor who's had like her face eaten and stuff, and you think that's going to be Tara.
Yep.
Because she's got like final girl energy.
Absolutely.
She's like cautious in that pizza place. There's scenes where she fights back as well. Actually, she fights back quite a lot. There is scenes, and this is kind of a cliche in the slasher films, but there's scenes where Art's got the chance to kill her and doesn't, and it's almost like main character, what do you call that again? Like plot, it's like plot armor almost, like for your main character. So he grabs her and he sedates her with a syringe, and then he toys with her when she's tied to the chair with the saw.
Yep.
Whereas everyone else, they're just killed right away, basically. So you're thinking, right, this is her final girl. And then when she is killed with the gun, we've not really even been introduced to Tara's sister that much. It's been like a phone call and a car ride. So she doesn't come into it until like the last 30 minutes. Yeah. Which is completely different for... So I sometimes teach screenwriting as well, and that's probably something I would pick up and go, don't do that.
Because Tara does I think she gets stabbed in the leg early on, and I think she gets shot in the stomach. I think she gets
Achilles heel.
Yep. And then he shoots the absolute shit out of her. And then shoots her in the face.
and
vice versa.
And then you're introduced to your main character. But even like, so that kind of synopsis that I read out at the start was from IMDb.
Okay.
And it was a maniac named Art terrorizes two friends on Halloween night. The main character, or our final girl, isn't even mentioned.
Not even mentioned, aye.
I was wondering then, so I'm maybe thinking too much into it or giving the film too much credit, but we were saying how he had the chance to kill Tara like twice at least. I wonder if he was going to kill her, because there's that scene at the start, and again it's going back to like the sucking of the thumb, like he's always playing these characters, but he gives her the ring. So when they're in the pizza place, he goes over to like the egg balls, he gets a coin, gets out the toy ring and puts it on her finger.
Right. Yeah.
So I wonder if he had like other plans for her. I don't know what that would be. But then when she starts fighting back, he's almost like, fuck this, and takes out the gun. Just she's not worth my effort.
So maybe he's being smart then. Maybe he's like, you know what, I did pick this girl to toy with, but actually she's actually quite dangerous. So, do you know what, I'm just going to fucking blow her head off.
She's got the better of me too many times. I can't be bothered playing with you anymore. Bang.
Do you think he feels pain?
Well, that goes back to something else that we should probably talk about, and is that is the ending where he's not dead. So Art shoots himself, commits suicide, wakes back up in the morgue and kills.
Keeps going.
Yeah. So he's obviously supernatural, right?
Yep.
But I also feel like that was an add-on. I feel like they were like, we want to bring this character back now for the sequel, because that scene feels very different. Like it feels like it was shot at a different time. I don't know. So I was like,
the morgue scene.
Yeah.
The morgue that's clearly somebody's basement. Brilliant. So far, it's great, isn't it? You're like, oh, that morgue is filthy. You know, hygiene in a morgue should be pretty tip top. But
I know. I guess that goes to the horror element of it, and to like make everything. So like when you watch like haunted house films and the new American Family move in, and the place is just like, you just wouldn't move in.
No.
The place is like bogging. Yeah. So do you think he feels pain? Because it's hard to tell because he mimes even with, and I think that's really. There's something odd about that, isn't there? That he playing the part of this miming clown, but even when he gets hurt, he doesn't make a noise, and that is quite freaky.
Quite freaky. Yeah.
I don't know if he feels pain. Well, I don't know, because when he gets hit, he does. He backs off. He does go down and stuff like that.
So maybe he does.
Yeah.
Interesting. We've actually already spoke about my point 3 was the scene with the baby, the Art baby doll scene, but we have discussed that already.
Well, I'll go with my last one then, which is the 80s vibe of it all. So we spoke about it's got this like kind of grungy filter on it, right, to try and give it that aged look. It does look a wee bit like an Instagram filter, but even the costumes felt very 80s. Art as like a slasher icon, or this is the start of him becoming a slasher icon, but very much similar to like these 80s slasher, you know, killers as well. 80s horror was known for slasher films with like creative kills, like creative ways to whack people off as well. So I just liked the whole
whack
80s.
Off? Did you say whack people off?
Oh,
right, okay.
And what was the other thing I was going to say there? I just don't know why they didn't set it in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because there's not anything really different. So
you're in a warehouse, you most of it, so you could, but then how would you show? Well, there's mobile phones in this, isn't
and
there?
that's the only thing. And even that though, it annoys me because the two of them are drunk at the start, so they go to the pizza place to try and sober up. Tara's phone dies.
That's right, yeah.
And then you use Dawn's phone to call her sister. They could just phone an Uber home.
Oh, aye, totally.
Right. So right. So by making it set in like the 80s, people won't have the
you
cell
won't have
phones.
that luxury.
So I don't know why they just didn't set it in the 80s. That's the only thing, is those mobile phones and maybe the cars, maybe, but nothing else. Because even the talk show host at the start, feels very 80s.
Yep.
Even her costume and stuff.
Yeah, she's like the main character, and she's the babysitter in All Hallows Eve.
Same character, do you think? Like she's now.
No, I don't think so. No, I need to go back and look at it. I watched that ages ago, but sure it's the same character, the same actor, but not the same character.
Right,
which is interesting.
But yeah, I thought I loved how the film pays homage to a lot of stuff that was said, but also it's got that kind of 80s look about it and feel to it as well.
Yep. And he is. People are scared of clowns. It fucked up a whole generation of people.
Yeah.
Colorophobia. And I've actually got a friend in the States who I just wind up sometimes by sending her pictures. Yeah, Art the clown, she's fucking terrified of the thing.
My friend Claire's terrified of clowns as well. What was I going to say there? So, who do you prefer? Art the clown or Pennywise?
Oh, no way. I can't believe you're giving me this question.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a hard one, because like, I'm not a big fan of the remakes of.
I liked the first remake. I liked part 1. Part 2 I didn't like as much.
Yeah, just way too much CGI and stuff, and especially in the sequel.
What I would like to see is it part 1 and part 2 in chronological order, because the kids are in part 2 as well still, so it jumps about a little bit. But I'd like to sit and watch it in chronological to see if it's got a bit of feel to it, because I don't like the jumping back and forth.
Yeah, you didn't like that, no? No. Okay. I mean, that's a tough question. Tim Curry's Pennywise is fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent the way he plays about with that character. He's terrifying in a different way. I was going to say he does less than art, but I don't know if that's true.
For me, I would say right now the Pennywise It is maybe like the better kind of story and like world, I guess. But I actually think if you met Art the clown in an alley, you would freak the fuck out.
Oh, aye.
So for terror, I would say him, but to watch, what would I sit down and watch? Probably Pennywise, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. Why not just ask who do you think would win in a fight between the two of them?
Well, they're both supernatural, aren't they?
For the other day.
Well, I guess Pennywise would just turn into Art's fear.
Aye.
So who knows what that would be then?
Would be?
It's a good question. What would Art's fear be?
For any listeners who want to actually take a stab at guessing what Art's fear would be, please let us know.
Yeah, you can even let us know on Instagram or the Facebook page as well.
Aye.
Have you got any other notes then? Is there anything else?
Let me see. I think that's me on Terrifier.
Why don't we then, what's your thoughts then on Terrifier 2 and 3? And at the point of recording this, there has been a Terrifier 4 announced.
That's right, actually, yeah. Joe, it's weird because I watched Terrifier 2 initially when I was going through a bit of a rough patch, and I had to turn it off because it just made me feel awful.
So for me, I've watched Terrifier 1 3 times now.
Okay.
I watched Terrifier 2, it took me 2 sittings. I watched it once and fell asleep, and then I went back to it in November. And for me, 1, it's far too long. It's like, what is it, 2 hours and 2.5 hours?
Something like 2 hours 20, something like that, aye.
And some of the, I know this is what the films are about, but see the scene where the girl in the bedroom gets like her scalp taken off. What else happens in it? She gets stabbed in the back. Does she not get all her bones broken one at a time, or her limbs? Sorry.
Yeah.
And I was just watching it, going, "This isn't even fun to watch."
Yeah, it wasn't fun to watch. That bit is where I turned it off originally when I first watched it.
It's not fun to watch. Whereas, like, it's just gore for gore's sake. I still want there to be a decent story there, you know. And that, I don't remember that victim in it being like anyone meaningful either to the story. So we didn't really care about the character.
No.
Either. I actually still think you care about Tara in this first one. I think one problem with the 80s slashers where you didn't care about the characters and it was just all about the kills and how fun could they be. I actually think you want Tara to get out.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. What do you think of, actually go back to, what do you think of the acting in Terrifier? Like, the actor that plays Tara, Jenna Cannell or something?
Yeah.
Is it Jenna Cannell? She's been on, she's got some pretty good credits. She's got WandaVision, Renfield, which I've not seen.
I've not seen it, yeah.
And Red One with The Rock.
Yeah. I thought she's alright in it, yeah. I thought she's alright. I mean, you can tell that they're shooting fast. You can tell it's low budget. They're probably not doing as many takes. She probably would want to do another take here or there.
Yeah.
Probably the director, probably everyone would have, but low budget, you have to just get through
filmmaking,
it. Aye. I'll give her a shout out though, because she did speak to me on my Twitter, or
did she?
It was Twitter at the time, because after watching Terrifier the first time, I actually sent out a tweet and tagged her in it, because I think she looks like Sidney Prescott in Scream 2.
Yes, she does look like...
She's got very Sidney vibes about her.
Very Sidney vibes about her.
And I put out a screenshot of the two of them side by side, and she actually retweeted it, and she was like, it was like an honour to be... Something like it was an honour to be sitting beside
Scream
Sidney.
Queen. Yeah, so going back to Terrifier 2.
Yeah, so... It was cool. I loved the little girl clown that they brought into it. Thought that was quite freaky as well.
Freaky.
And Terrifier 3 I've not seen yet, so thoughts on it?
I've seen Terrifier. I quite enjoyed it. It's got the set during Christmas. It's got a really kind of nice vibe to it. I think there's more at stake in this one. I think you do kind of care a little bit more about the characters, but there's
no spoilers.
No spoilers if you haven't seen it, but there is. It does get. I mean, it's funny, but it's there are some underagers.
They get killed. I've heard that as well. Yeah, I've heard that they push that stuff as well.
But maybe we won't discuss it too much. We could in future do
it at Christmas.
Aye, Christmas Terrifier 3 for Christmas. Yeah. That might be a good special.
It gets the strongest rating out of the three of them.
Yeah.
So this one gets 5.5 on IMDb out of 10. What would you score it out of 5? What would we call it? 5 what? 5 saws.
5 saws, 5 knives, 5 machetes, 5
clowns.
5 clowns. 5 clowns. I would say. Can I do halves as well?
Sure. Yeah.
3.
3. As a horror
2.5
fan as well.
3.
2.5. Oh, you went down.
2.5 for a 3. I'll go for 3. Okay. I think just with everything. I've probably gone back to the first point of this guy's clearly had this character in his head, Damien Leone, for a long time, and it's something he's just stuck with, and I think that is a great thing that he's done. And he's just sort of pushed for it. He's obviously seen this character and went, there's something here. And look at it now. So I'm going to give it 3.
And would you recommend this for horror fans that haven't seen it?
Hardcore fans, absolutely. Horror newbie, I don't know. I think they would be put off with the look, the budget of it. I think that might put them off. But I would love them to at least see, maybe like the first half hour, 45 minutes of the film, just so, because there's a lot in there that would stick with them. Yeah. A lot of stuff that Art does just with his performance. I think that would kind of stick to them.
Yeah, I'm tempted to give it a 3.5, to be honest.
Ooh, nice.
I think I'm going to stick at a 3 though.
Okay.
I think the reason that I wanted to go high is because of how much of the genre it subverts. Like with the final girl, that was a very big surprise. Like the use of a gun, so it was doing new things with an old formula, which I thought was interesting. Like you said as well, Art. Who knew that we would get a new slasher icon? Which I mean, Terrifier 4, so that's definitely. He's got a long way to go to get to Halloween 20, etc.
Yeah.
But
who's the last one that's kind of came? Who's the sort of last
slasher icon
that's probably came up?
Well, probably I would say 2. Probably one would be Jigsaw from the Saw films, but he's not really. The doll was more the icon.
He was more, yeah. What about Victor Crowley, Hatchet? The Hatchet films, 1, 2, and 3.
Maybe. The other one is obviously the Scream franchise is still going, but that's like, it's very different, isn't it? It's different killers each time as well. The other one, maybe would you count it as the Wrong Turn films?
Oh yeah.
Kind of slasher, it's like.
Yeah. Would you say there's any kind of icons of them, like?
Well, they're little. Is he called Littlefinger or something like that? He's always like. There's a scene in that Wrong Turn that I love, and it's like they're all in it's like a junkyard full of cars and they're hiding, and you see like the big brute. Well, he's almost like growling, grunting, and it cuts to them all. Then it just cuts to like I think he's called Littlefinger or something. And they're all like menacing, and he's just having a good time. He's like ready to kill people and like loving it.
I think you're saying Littlefinger. I'm saying Littlefoot. Littlefoot's for Land Before Time.
Is it Littlefinger? I'm going to Three Finger. He's called
Three Finger.
Littlefinger. Anything else you want to say on Terrifier then?
Just what the fuck. I think that stands pretty much. I think that sums up Terrifier. What the fuck when you watch it? It's just balls out, slasher galore. Terrific character in Art the Clown. He's great. He is fantastic, and it is a slasher film that does kind of get under your skin because he is just so fucking
insane.
Yes.
Would you will you go see, and are you looking forward to Terrifier 4?
Yeah, I'll go and see it, yeah.
You go see
It's
it?
funny, I've not actually seen a Terrifier in the cinema.
Me neither. So they were going to do a double bill of Terrifier 1 and 2 before Terrifier 3 came out at Christmas.
Okay.
And that's why I watched them again, but I never got the chance to actually go see it after
see
doing that as well. Do you think they'll get to a stage where they'll do like, remember we did Freddy versus Jason?
Oh, yeah.
Like a versus film?
Who would you put him against?
You couldn't put him against Michael Myers because it was so boring because none of them talk.
Aye.
You couldn't do Jason either.
No. Chucky or something?
Chucky would be a good, yeah, that'd be a good one actually.
Would be a good laugh.
Yeah. And obviously Freddy would be good because he would just rip him for not saying a word. Cool, well we wrap this one up then.
Yep, I think that's us. Horror recommendation. I'm going to recommend another horror podcast that I've been listening to for maybe a couple of years now, and it's Nightmare on Film Street, and it's run by a couple called John and Kim. Yeah, I think they are pretty well established. I don't know how many episodes they've got, but it's something...
So established they don't need a recommendation, Stephen.
Yeah, maybe
I'm
actually,
joking.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I would check out their podcast. I mean, they've probably got maybe at least a couple hundred, if not more. I'd imagine more. And yeah, they're fun. It's a very, very fun podcast. The guys don't take themselves too seriously. But yeah, check them out.
Cool. So my creative recommendation this week is quite apt for what we're covering, and it's not actually out yet as of recording this episode, but there is a Terrifier documentary coming out about the making of Terrifier. So I'm going to recommend that. If you enjoyed this episode, maybe you'll like the making of as well.
Sweet.
I'm just looking to see what it's called.
I'm gonna guess.
Oh, I know what it's called. Go, can
There
you
you go.
guess? Go.
No, I was going to just say the Terrifier documentary.
No, it's called Art Attack.
Oh,
And
nice.
for the British listeners out
Yeah.
there, we had a kids' TV show all about art
That's
called
right.
Art Attack.
Heart attack.
How funny would it be if Neil Buchanan was narrating it?
That's right.
Cool, well thanks for listening to The Horror Cut, and if you like this episode, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Horror Cut Show, and you can also find us on Facebook as well. And if you could leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to it as well. Stephen, anything else to say?
Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to doing more of these.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing next, do we?
No, we don't know.
So we'll get back to you soon, whatever that might be. Cheers.
Bye. Cheers. Peace.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
We're friends to the end. Remember?
This is the end, friend.